I've been real busy tying up loose ends. I'm starting tomorrow to meet with each of the department heads one last time. We'll have a closing staff meeting on Thursday, and I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't leave anything undone and that I pass along to the aldermen and to staff any concerns I have so that, you know, we don't leave the new administration in an unnecessary bind. So it's been a busy couple of weeks trying to get, 16 years wrapped up into about really 3-week period. I'm going to try to take it easy for a few weeks and maybe try to get a few things done at home that I've neglected for so long. My poor wife, she's extremely understanding over the years. I'm interested in finding the right job. I don't feel like I'm ready to totally retire, but I need to work. I'm not independently wealthy, so I would like to work, but I want to find something that's meaningful. So if somebody out there has something that I could enjoy and give, I'm not sure. There's a lot of things I do enjoy, but I'm going to look. I don't have a set time frame to push myself, but it'll be. Once I get done here, I'll open my eyes a little wider and I'll talk to people. But I'm looking forward to taking it easy, and I'm hoping that my wife and I can get out later this summer to see my 2 grandsons in North Carolina that I haven't even seen the youngest one yet. My son here in Belleville, my daughter-in-law is expecting their second child in June, and that'll be our 4th grandson. And so I'm looking forward to spending some more time as being grandpa for a little bit too. So I want to apologize in advance because truly there have been a remarkable amount of happenings each and every year. Some of them are still very vibrant and very much alive today, and a few of the things that started 16 years ago have maybe failed for some reason. I think certainly the downtown streetscape is probably one of the things that I get commented about the most over the years. And I think the downtown streetscape was the first thing we tackled, Mike, when I became mayor, and we started having public meetings, and we started talking about it in 2005 very quickly, and they started construction in '06. But I think it's the one thing that a lot of people have really spoke up and said, it's one of the parts of our legacy, I think, here, because it really has turned around downtown. It's just a good feeling when I look downtown, and it's such a great setting for the Art on the Square and for the the various festivals, Chili Cook-Off, Oktoberfest. I was a small part of it, but I really enjoyed being the mayor during the 200th. It was just fabulous. And from that, Bicentennial Park came out of that. We dedicated that park to the Bicentennial, and that park keeps growing to the point this summer they're going to see a splash pad. I go down the list. We also accomplished the North Illinois streetscape. We have done over $120 million in the EPA combined sewer overflow improvements and improvements to the wastewater treatment plant. Some of that was EPA mandated, and some of it was just we took advantage of things while we were doing the work, and we improved. Back around 2005, we bought the water company building, which today was opened up and remodeled in 2009, was dedicated the number 4 Firehouse Administration Office and EOC, Emergency Operations Center. That was a big improvement. In that additional firehouse, we had to hire 4 more firemen, men and women, and we had to buy a truck. But those improvements and others brought our ISO rating from a 4 when I first started down to a 2. Purchase of 720 West Main came about 14, I guess, something like that, and then we had to negotiate, and we finally got Bank of Belleville to come down here, and we sold the what at that time 213 South Illinois was the housing office. We sold that to them, and we bought a building over here at 407 East Lincoln, and then Bank of Belleville built a new building, and then we totally remodeled that building at 720 for a state-of-the-art police station. And a new garage. St. Clair County really wanted us to go and dispatch with them, and that wasn't what we felt was in our best interest. So we just got under the wire before they made some determinations of cutting different dispatch. They did some consolidation, and when we had everything planned and started, they agreed that we were going to have a facility that would be worthy of being and now we dispatch for Swansea, Signal Hill, and several places over the years. But I am so glad we did that, because I'm very partial, but I believe we have the best dispatch ability here of anywhere in the county, and I didn't want to be crammed into the county's program and not have the control for the citizens of Belleville. Then from there, as you know, we went to City Hall to remodel this building after 60 years and make it ADA accessible, and it's turned out the bathrooms and the entranceway and tearing down that building and the parking lot. These things were all long overdue. When we moved our police station, our old police station here at City Hall was basically embarrassing, and it was dangerous. And building that new jail, and that jail on the first floor, and having a Sally Port, and having it so much safer and set up to be in line with today's standards for housing prisoners, for even short-term, it was the right thing to do. And I'm proud of what we did together. Those are some of the projects that we've done. The city engineer and I, and Tim Gregowitz before he left, estimate that during my time here, we've done over $130 million worth of infrastructure, sidewalks and curbs and streets, and that's probably on the conservative end. We've done a number of bike and walking trails from Signal Hill coming back to a number of them, and we're still working on some. In business, we had built 2 new shopping centers during my tenure, and when I say this, Mike, it's not it's a lot of people, it's us, and I mean that sincerely. I had a good team of a lot of people who made these projects possible, but they have to have a boss, and I was fortunate to be their leader for 16 years, and I'm proud of what we've done. But the 2 shopping centers came at us early on, 2006 and 2007. We saved the last 3 car dealerships here in Belleville, and we moved Joseph N. Wagner out to 15 at Belleville West Parkway, and we managed to strike a new deal and keep Offenburg here for a number of years in the future. We redeveloped the Shopland Shopping Center. Restaurants that came during my time, just to mention a few: Tavern on Main, 4204 West Main, Casa Maria, Benny's Pizza, Fletcher's. White Cottage is making improvements now. They tore down some buildings, and they're going to make some other improvements down. Eckert's Store and Restaurant, no relation. Wine Garden, Balance Coffee and Tea, the Abbey's new building, Hoffer House. And there's other restaurants I know I forgot. I just kind of listed those quickly today. There's all those new restaurants at Belleville Crossing that we have out there, and they've all been wonderful. Like I said, I just wrote some of these down at lunch. Lofts on the Square is one I'm very proud of. It should be done, I think, late July, maybe August. Talking to Mike Lundy, they're making a lot of progress, but they're 47 senior lofts. It's a $14 million project right here on the square. And then the Villas of Hollybrook have just gotten their business occupancy permit real recently. Community involvement, I'm proud of being 2005 when Matt Klosterman came to me, and we started working together on being a community of character, and the basic initiative started from that. You know, as the song goes, I guess, regrets I have a few, but, I don't really, I think that, you have to be big enough to know that you can't please everyone. You're not going to get it 100%, you just hope that you get it right the majority of times. And I think that we got an awful lot of things right. There was things I learned from this job, and if somebody would ask me, I would try to tell them, and I've told other mayors, shared my story, because if I can save somebody from making some of the same maybe mistakes that we made, but I don't have a whole lot of regrets or mistakes that I think we could have avoided. It was a lot of times circumstances, that, you know, we just had to work our way through. And I think one of the things I did right, Mike, was I surrounded myself with good people. I've had some really good department heads. I've had some really good citizens on committees and boards. Just remember, if you can, you know, accomplish something each day that makes a difference in somebody's life, that's important. And like I said, I truly enjoyed coming to work every day. I enjoyed being mayor. It was an honor, and I've enjoyed. And there was a lot of days they beat me up pretty bad. As a team, I think we've accomplished a lot, and I think as we look back, they'll remember this period as a pretty productive time. I'm proud of what we've done. A closing comment: thank you to my family and for their love and support. My wife and my kids have been dynamite, and a lot of my close personal friends. I think there's a lot of good things, you know, that can happen in this area in the next couple of years. We just got to continue to get good people to do what's right and to, you know, serve the city for the right reasons.